5 transfers Liverpool could complete this week, including Alexander Isak, latest Liverpool transfer news and gossip, with just 2 weeks remaining for the Reds to complete their transfer business for the summer. Deadline day fast approaches for Liverpool and the rest of the Premier League, but there is still time for deals to get over the line. It's been a busy summer at Anfield, to say the least, with several players being signed and a number of others leaving the club to begin a new venture. Liverpool have signed Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez, Georgi Mamardashvili, Giovanni Leone, Armin Pexi, and Freddie Woodman this summer, and there is the potential for more to come in the other direction. Liverpool have also sold Koim Hinkelaher, Jarell Quansah, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Tyler Morton, and Nat Phillips this summer. Just like with the incomings, there is also a realistic possibility that some more players may be heading for the exit door for the next week. Liverpool will be preparing for their second Premier League fixture of the season as they travel to face Newcastle United. Before that trip to St. James Park, though, there is likely to be plenty of speculation about the players that the Reds could sign, as well as those who could leave unaffected in terms of new signings. The players continuing to be linked with moves to Anfield are Alexander Isak and Marc Guehi. When it comes to Isak, the Echo reported earlier this month that a second offer is not expected from the Reds. After an initial £110 million bid was rejected by Newcastle United, for Guehi, Liverpool are continuing to hold talks with Palace over a potential deal for the centre-back, who is out of contract at the end of the season. Whether the Reds will be able to sign both players over the next week remains to be seen. When it comes to departures, one player already close to heading for the exit door is Ben Doak. A £25 million deal with Bournemouth is on the verge of being completed after an agreement was reached over the weekend. There is also the possibility that Kostas Tsimikas could leave Liverpool this week. The Greece international has not been in the matchday squad for the last 2 matches and could head for the exit door. With Kerkez and Andy Robertson the other left-back options in the squad, Harvey Elliott is also still being linked with a move away from Liverpool after reports of a deal with RB Leipzig potentially being on the cards. Speculation about Elliott's exit has quietened down in recent days, but it would not be a surprise to see rumors of a move away from Merseyside re-emerge in the days ahead. Latest Liverpool news as Argentina have made a decision regarding Alexis Mac Allister after the start to his season had to be managed. Liverpool midfielder Alexis Mac Allister has been named in Argentina's preliminary squad ahead of the forthcoming international break. The Argentine missed the last round of internationals after an issue that he picked up with the Reds forced him to sit out of their encounters against Chile and Colombia. Arne Slot had to manage Mac Allister during pre-season, which saw his preparations for the Premier League title defense restricted to the penultimate matches. As a result of the limited use, he has been consigned to sporadic appearances, including a substitute cameo against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. Before a 72-minute outing in their opening night win over Bournemouth, despite his lack of action, he has been named in Lionel Scaloni's preliminary squad as the reigning World Cup holders conclude their qualification campaign against Venezuela and Ecuador. Mac Allister will be hoping to be close to full fitness in order to jet off for their double-header, and he will have 2 crucial matches before his trip to South America as Liverpool take on Newcastle United and Arsenal. In a post shared from the official account for the Argentina national team, Mac Allister was among the 31 players named in the provisional squad, speaking after Friday's 4-2 to win over the Cherries. Slot admitted that he has been forced to manage the workload for the midfielder. The other substitution was Maka, who has been out for 2.5 months and only in training for 2.5 weeks, so not able to play 90 yet, he explained, with the return of Ryan Gravenberch from suspension next week. There are different options for the Reds to deploy in midfield, with Dominic Szoboszlai also looking to be included for the trip to St. James Park last season. Mac Allister was a regular for the Reds, making 35 appearances in the Premier League, as he helped Liverpool restore their place at the summit of English football, and the 26-year-old explained the difficult situation that he faced, which kept him out for 2 months during the pre-season tour. It has been a long time, a difficult time, because it is never nice to be injured, he said, but now I'm feeling good. It's just about time and getting fit, because they have had a good preseason, so they are definitely in a different physical shape. So I have to get used to it again. Liverpool are now on the brink of getting a deal over the line for Marc Guehi. All summer, the Reds have had their eyes set on the Crystal Palace defender. Guehi has been Liverpool's first-choice centre-back target for a while. Richard Hughes has known that he needed to add more depth to Arne Slot's back line, and he knows Guehi is the perfect choice due to his experience and his ability on the ball. The reason why things have dragged on for so long is because of Crystal Palace's staunch stance. They want a high transfer fee for their club captain, which is understandable. Oliver Glasner doesn't want to lose his star player, someone who has been pivotal for Palace, especially as they embark on their European adventure, but their stance has to change, and it will. After the weekend, and the way Guehi was spotted by Sky Sports cameras ignoring his manager following Palace's draw. It's obvious that tensions are high. This is not sustainable for Palace long-term. That's why Guehi is now on the brink of a transfer to Liverpool. At the end of the day, it's the player and the Reds who hold all the power. Guehi doesn't want to extend his current deal with Palace, which means he will leave on a free agent next summer when it expires. At this point, Anfield Watch understands Guehi has communicated to Palace that he would like to join Liverpool. So, the player, and not just any player, but their club captain, has made his stance clear. He's now avoiding his manager in front of the cameras. Is this really a situation that's sustainable for an entire season? It's simply come to a boiling point, and the only resolution now is for Palace to agree a transfer fee. Liverpool are willing to pay in excess of £30 million, up to £35 million. Keeping Guehi for a year will not be worth that amount for Palace. This is the best deal they are going to get for the England international under these circumstances. Palace have held out with their negotiations. They have tried to stretch the elastic band as much as possible, but this is all they could have. Done now, they will be forced to concede and strike a deal with Liverpool. This is a deal that is going to get done. It's on the brink of an agreement between the two sides. Guehi joining the Reds is a matter of time rather than a question of if. The weekend scenes at Stamford Bridge prove that.